Kelly, and this is Dr. Kelly's perspective for Tuesday, February 11th, 20 afternoon for all who are joining me. Good morning, Mother. Um, one of my all-time heroes. You know, the question when people ask, if you could meet anybody in your life and ask them, anybody in your life, living or dead, who would it be? And what would you ask them? My answer is typically always the same: Nelson Mandela. And on this day in 1990, he walked out of prison of Robben Island in South Africa. He walked out as a free man after more than 27 years being imprisoned as a political prisoner. 27 years. And so, yes, this is Black History Month, but it happens to be the day that he was released from prison. And since I am looking at and concentrating on relationships this month, my area to focus in on, to have a deliberate action, is very, very important. Who we surround ourselves with. Who are we surrounded by? Who makes up our circle? And for me, even if I don't know them tangibly, if I can't reach out or pick up the phone and call them, we need to have people in our lives that inspire us, that motivate us. The reason I'm highlighting Nelson Mandela in relationship to getting our relationships solid and doing what needs to be done. Anyone. See, there's so much I could say about him, but this is the power of faith and a determination when you know that there is more inside of you that you are willing to stand up for, defend what you believe in, even to the point of losing your freedom, even to the point of losing your family, losing your friendships, losing your support. And so I've always been enamored by anyone who could, after 27 years of being a political prisoner and being locked away and not having the strength and touch of your family and friends and loved ones, when you can come out and not be bitter and not destroy yourself from the bitterness and the anger and the rage that you may rightly feel. I want to hear from you. I want to know how you did that, because some of us will hold on to a grudge. You borrowed $20 from me 32 years ago and you ain't paid me back yet. We will hold on to stuff like that, and it will cause us to rot from the inside out. The anger will fester and it will turn into a bitterness and a rage. And even your pretty little face just gets ugly. It literally will contort you. But this man, I'm talking about relationships. Everything was stripped from him, and yet some kind of way, and I happen to know the way because I read this one in particular, and there's another one that I'm working my way through. This was a work through. As a matter of fact, I started reading it and then went to the audio book because I was missing too much rich language. I was just missing too much of the culture without hearing it in its original dialect. Anyway, but how do you do that? How do you not just rebuild and bridge relationships and determine that some relationships need to be cut, but you bring an entire nation? You are the force that brings an entire nation out of a system of thinking, a system, a culture, a way of being, a way. Some people had never known anything but apartheid, nothing. And so, whatever he was doing, however he did it, there's something that we can learn from that so that we do not get eaten alive from bitterness, so that we're not eaten alive from rage. At some point, we've got to stop replaying what they did to us, who did something to us. And do you know what they kept me from? And this is not hyperbole. I mean, the system of apartheid is straight from hell, straight from the pit of hell, just like the systems of slavery from the pit of hell. The systems that we still live in now, racism and all the isms from the pit of hell. But how do you release that from you so that you can be effective? A lot of stuff we do, a lot of stuff we hang on to, you got a right. And you don't know what they did to me, so I got a right to be mad. Okay, well, you keep your right. Keep your right. But you're being right. Hey, Ronnie, you're being right. You're having the privilege of holding your ground because you are right. My question to you is, how effective are you? Yes, continue to be angry. You got a right to be angry. Continue to be filled with rage. Continue to go down that track, to hold on to it and replay it in your mind. How effective are you? How this man, Nelson Mandela, walked out of a prison after 27 years, and because he did the work while he was in there, he met with his enemies. He changed the course of that. He had a right. Too many of us are stuck on this and you don't know what they did, and I ain't gonna never forget. Okay, well, keep on doing all that. Keep right on doing that. And you are imploding from the inside, and all the relationships around you, even those who love you, after a while they can't take it. It's cancerous to be around someone who refuses to give up the right to be angry, who refuses to give up the right to be bitter and to be vengeful and to replay what happened over and over again. Yes, it happened. I'm asking you, how effective are you? How effective are you at living life? Because right now you probably just existing if that's what's going on. So I said all that to say with all my heat, with all my heat, because that's what happens to us. Today, in 1990, after 27 years of being imprisoned on Robben Island, Nelson Mandela walked out a free man, and he didn't just walk out and go do his own thing or rot in some corner while he worked through the anger and the bitterness. He transformed an entire nation and beyond the nation, because we saw live and in color if you were paying attention. Hey, Edwin, we saw live and in color if we were paying attention what one person can do, the difference, the impact that one person can make. So don't come telling me nothing about, well, I need help and I need people and I need more and ain't nobody helping me. I ain't trying to hear that. How about you start? It's like you're on the side of the road and you just out there doing this with your hood up. How about you start pushing? I promise you, people gonna get out and help you push. You sitting in your car with your thumb out, hoping and waiting for somebody to come and help. Get out and start doing. You start pushing your own car. People are going to come around and help you. And so I believe in the power of one starting things. I believe in that. Others will come around you. Others will see where you're going, but we need to see you doing some work. Hey, thank you, Eric. Thank you, Eric. We need to see you doing some work. We can't see all this grand master plan when it's up in your head or in your beautiful journal. How about you get out and do, and then others can join you? One man made that difference. Yes, he had help. We all know that. but he began it. He didn't rot away in bitterness because he had a right to. So get up off that stuff. Some of that stuff is destroying us from the inside out because you got a right. You better be effective. Okay, that's all I'm saying today. That is all I'm saying. Make this a terrific Tuesday. Make it a terrific Tuesday. Until next time, take real good care of yourselves.